My father-in-law's words hit like a freight train. Emily's new husband will run the company. Drew, you're out. And I, 38, stood in a Chicago office, my decade of loyalty to their family business crumbling, betrayal searing my chest, my future a blank page I never saw coming. The Chicago afternoon was a sharp gray, the November wind rattling the windows of my father-in-law's corner office on Michigan Avenue, the skyline a cold grid beyond the glass. I, Drew Harlan, stood by his desk, my wool coat folded over my arm, my hazel eyes fixed on a man who'd been my mentor for a decade, my hands, one gripping a coffee cup, the other in my pocket, trembling. At 38, a financial advisor who'd poured 10 years into growing his modest packaging company into an $85 million enterprise, I'd built a life with Emily, his daughter, my wife of 8 years. Today, his words, "Emily's new husband will run the company, Drew, you're out," shattered that life. My disbelief and betrayal a tidal wave. The audience left wondering how I'd face this gutting loss. My heart a cracked stone. The office was a shrine to our work. Framed contracts on the walls, my spreadsheets behind every deal. My will hit $100 million. Tom, last month met with his "You're the backbone, Drew, now a lie." Tom, 66, leaned back as it's just business flat, his eyes avoiding my new husband. "Emily's married to me," choked. "She's moved on, Drew." "I'm sorry," a knife, my breath short. "Emily's left me." My internal monologue reeled. My disorientation raw. This can't be real. Not after everything. The audience could sense my shock in the way I set the cup down, my knuckles white, my heart pounding. My wife, my work, my family gone. The betrayal unfolded, the audience feeling my fractures. Tom explained, his Emily met someone, they're married. He's taking over clinical, my win. How? Desperate, his months ago. It's done, final, my mind spinning. Months? She's been living a secret life. I've been at home, budgeting, planning my love you, and each night met with her, you too distracted, my loyalty blind. I built this company, their legacy, my internal monologue seethed. My sacrifices, late nights, skipped vacations, I'll make it work. For nothing, my anger a spark. They've erased me. The audience could sense my hurt in the office's hum. My coat slipping, my heart sore. I'm a fool, and they're strangers. Flashbacks deepened the wound. The audience, sensing my reflection as I stood. The wind louder, Tom's voice fading. 2015, meeting Emily. Her "You're so steady," Drew over wine, "You're my spark," earnest, her laugh warm. 2018, Tom's joined the company, "Your family," at our wedding, "I'm all in," true. My finance skills turning their $10 million firm into $85 million, "We're a team," to Emily a vow. I gave them everything, I thought, my internal monologue a wail. I skipped my dreams, my R for their world. Last year, Emily's "You're always working" stung, my "For us" ignored, her distant a clue I'd buried, my betrayal a fire. I was their rock, now I'm their rubble. The audience could feel my pain in the way I gripped the desk, my eyes wet, my heart a breaking seam. I trusted them, and this is my price. The disorientation lingered, the audience sensing my struggle as I spoke, my voice low, raw. "Tom, I gave you 10 years, built this, and you're tossing me for a new guy." I said, my gaze hard, he's got fresh ideas, Drew, weak, my fresh. I'm the one who, cut off by his "It's decided, you're out" by months and cold, my internal monologue a storm. He's not sorry, he's done. I want to shout, what about loyalty, family? But my restraint held, I need to talk to Emily tight. If she's not here, Drew a wall, my anger a blade. She's hiding, and he's her shield. The audience could sense my turmoil in the way I stepped back, my coat on, my heart dark. I'm cast out, and she's silent. I confided in my friend Nate by text. The audience, sensing my vulnerability as I left the office, the elevators hum a drone, my phone dim. Tom's giving the company to Emily's new husband, Nate, I'm out. I type, my fingers slow, raw. His reply, "What the hell? That's betrayal, Drew, you okay?" Was a bomb, my no, blindsided honest. His "Meet me tonight, we'll talk" a tether, my yeah. I needed a vow, The audience feeling my strength in the way I exhale, my shoulders easing, my heart heavy but firm. He sees my loss, they don't. Nate's "you're bigger than this" was a spark, my trying to be quiet, my internal monologue a shift. I'm not nothing. I'm Drew. The tension rose, the audience sensing my disarray as I stood in the lobby. The city's pulse faint, Tom's words a wound. Emily's new husband? I thought, my disbelief a fog. Who is he? When did she leave? My home, our bed, my good night, all lies, my role in their company, a decade of trust now ash. My internal monologue a vow. I'll find answers, I'll stand. I'd go home, confront her, or find her. My plan unclear, my betrayal a fire. They've taken my life, but not my will. The audience could sense my resolve in the wind's bite, my coat tight, my heart sharp. I'm reeling, but I'm moving. The afternoon darkened, the audience sensing my struggle as I walked to my car. The skyline a cage, Emily's absence a scar, Tom's decision a debt. I'm out, but I'm not done, I thought. My pain a fire, my strength a spark. They've cast me aside, I'll find my way. Flashbacks faded. Her "you're my spark" a lie, my "I'm enough" a truth, my resolve a fire. I'm not their Drew, I'm mine. The audience could feel my awakening in the street's hush, my keys in hand, my heart steady but raw. I'm broken, but I'm starting. The silence settled, the audience sensing my turmoil as I drove. The city's rhythm faint, their betrayal a wound, my future a void. My work was theirs, my marriage a ghost, but I was stirring, my pain a fire, my questions a spark, my next step a spark that would shape my path, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever it took. I turned toward home, my internal monologue a vow. I'll face her, and I'll rise. As I search for Emily, a cryptic note in our home reveals her double life, pushing me to dig into the past, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago evening was a muted bruise, the November drizzle streaking the windows of our Lincoln Park apartment. The radiators hum, a faint pulse against the city's distant roar. I, Drew Harlan, sat at the kitchen table, my jacket slung over a chair, my hazel eyes tracing a cryptic note I'd found in Emily's desk drawer. Meet her at Lakeview, 8 p.m. Don't tell D. My hands, one clutching the paper, the other resting on a whiskey glass, steady but heavy. At 38, a financial advisor blindsided by my father-in-law Tom's announcement. Emily's new husband will run the company. Drew, you're out. I was hours past the gutting betrayal that erased my decade of loyalty to their $85 million packaging business. Now, piecing together Emily's emotional distance and subtle betrayals, I saw the cracks I'd ignored, the audience sensing my slow unraveling, my heart a fraying cord. The apartment was our shared history, the audience feeling my disorientation in the way I stared at the note. The kitchen dim, Emily's absence stark. She hadn't come home, her phone off. Mom, we need to talk, text unanswered. Her new husband? My internal monologue churned. Tom's, she's moved on a wound, my disbelief raw. How long has she been slipping away? The note, dated 3 months ago, was a clue. Her handwriting a stranger's, my sacrifices. 10 years, my will grow this Tom. Mocked by her secret life. I was building their legacy. She was building hers, I thought. My betrayal a fire, my heart sore. I'm a ghost in my own home. The audience could sense my hurt in the glass's weight. My shoulders slumped, my breath tight. I trusted her, and she's gone. Flashbacks sharpened the truth. The audience sensing my reflection as I stood. The drizzle louder, the note crumpled. Last spring, Emily's "I'm staying late" client dinner over the phone. I want you to wait up. Met with "no, it's fine" and static, her perfume lingering when she slipped in at 2 a.m. July, her "you're too focused on work" Drew at breakfast. My "it's for us" am earnest, her sure flat, her eyes on her laptop. I thought she was stressed. My internal monologue mourned, my blindness clear. Her late nights, her "I need space" last summer, my "I'm here" am ignored, were steps toward our. She was leaving me. Piece by piece, I thought, my anger a spark, my heart a breaking seam. I ignored the signs, and they knew. Tom's distance echoed hers, the audience sensing my clarity as I paced, the radiators hiss a rhythm, flashbacks piling. Last winter, his good work drew, but ease up after a $20 million deal, my work close to the goal eager, his maybe new blood helped sod, brushed off. August, his let's talk strategy later, at a board meeting, my I've got numbers ready sidelined, his glance at Emily, she's got ideas, a shift I'd missed. He was planning this. My internal monologue seethed, my loyalty, my spreadsheets, my 80-hour weeks, my this is family. A tool they discarded, my betrayal fire. They were phasing me out together. The audience could feel my pain in the kitchen's chill, my glass empty, my heart raw. I was their engine. Now I'm scrap. Dialogue grounded my turmoil. The audience, sensing my vulnerability as Nate arrived, his Drew, you look like hell soft. My feel like it, Nate raw, his, what's the note? Cautious, my Emily's been meeting someone, or months ago tight. The audience feeling my fracture in the way I handed it over. My hand shaking, my heart heavy. His God, man, this is cold was a bomb. My Tom knew, Nate. They both did bitter as they used you a truth. And I let them quiet. My internal monologue a storm. I built their world, and they built a wall. Nate's, you're not alone. We'll figure it out, was a tether, my hopes so faint, my heart sore but stirring. He sees me. They didn't. Introspection deepened my shift. The audience, sensing my realization as I sat again. The note flat. Emily's distance a map. It wasn't sudden, I thought, my sacrifices. My art degree shelved, my weekends lost, my I'll paint again someday. To Emily a dream she'd nodded at. Then ignored. Paving their rise, not mine. I gave up me for them. My internal monologue mourned. Her you're so reliable, last year a cage. Her silences. Her I'm fine to my you seem off. A plan Tom's new blood her signal. They orchestrated this. My anger a fire. My clarity a spark. I was their means, not their end. The audience could sense my awakening in the table's clutter. My whiskey gone. My heart steady but raw. I'm seeing it now. Too late. The betrayal's roots spread. The audience sensing my evolution as I opened her desk. A receipt. Lakeview Cafe. September. 2 coffees. A thread. Her work meeting that night a lie. My who's are. To Nate unanswered. My internal monologue a vow. I'll find out. I'll know. My sacrifices. My we're a family to Tom. My I love you. To Emily. We're theirs, not mine. My realization a tide. This was long coming, their plan, not my failure. The audience could feel my shift in the drawers creak. My note folded. My heart sharp. I'm not their fool. I'm Drew. The night deepened. The audience sensing my turmoil as I stood. The drizzle easing. Emily's absence a scar. Tom's words a debt. They've been pulling away. And I was blind, I thought. My pain a fire, my clarity a spark. I was their tool, now I'm their loss. Flashbacks faded. Her you're my spark a lie. My I'm enough a truth. My resolve a fire. I'm not their Drew, I'm mine. The audience could feel my evolution in the apartment's hush. My jacket on. My heart steady. I'm waking. And I'm moving. The silence settled. The audience sensing my shift as I pocketed the note. The city's pulse faint. Their betrayal a wound. My past a ghost. My work was theirs. My marriage a shell. But I was stirring. My pain a fire. My questions a spark. My realization a spark that would shape my next step. A truth I'd hold with care, whatever it revealed. I glanced at our wedding photo. My internal monologue a vow. This was long in the making, and I'll face it. As I uncover a hidden email from Emily to R. Nate's digging reveals Tom's role, pushing me toward confrontation I can't avoid, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago morning was a raw edge, the November fog cloaking the glass walls of Tom's Michigan Avenue office, the city's pulse muffled by the hum of a heater. I, Drew Harlan, stood by the door, my coat unbuttoned, my hazel eyes locked on Emily and Tom across the room, my hands, one in my pocket, the other clutching a folded note, steady but tense. At 38, a financial advisor who'd grown their packaging company to $85 million. I was days past Tom's betrayal. Emily's new husband will run the company, Drew, you're out, and my discovery of Emily's secret life with R. Now, confronting them for answers, my inner conflict churned. Not revenge, but clarity. My heart a taut wire. The audience, sensing my raw resolve as I walked away for good. My soul a shifting tide. The office was a battlefield, the audience feeling my restraint in the way I stood. Emily's face pale, her Drew. You didn't have to come here soft, Tom's. Let's keep this civil guarded. I'm here for the truth, calm. My voice low, raw. The note. Meet her at Lakeview. 8 p.m. Don't tell D. Burned in my hand. Nate's find. An email from Emily to Ryan, her new husband, submitting their plan. You've been lying for months to Emily measured. Her I didn't mean to hurt you weak. My internal monologue a storm. She's sorry now. Not then. The audience could sense my hurt in the way I unfolded the note. My jaw tight, my heart sore. I built their world, and they broke mine. Emily's distance unraveled, the audience sensing my clarity as I pressed. When did you stop being my wife? Direct, her, it wasn't like that. Drew shaky, her eyes on the floor. Then what was it? You married him sharp, her, I fell for Ryan. It happened, a confession, my heart cracking, my internal monologue a blade fell. She chose him. Planned this. Flashback stung. Last summer, her I'm fine to you seem off a lie. Her late nights, my love you met with silence. Now explained. Ryan, her client. Tom's new blood pick. She was gone. And I was blind. I thought. My anger a low hum. My need for answers a fire. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to know. The audience could feel my pain in the office's chill, my note flat, my heart raw. I was her husband, now I'm her past. Tom's role emerged, the audience sensing my conflict as I turned to him. You knew, Tom, and you let it happen steady. It's business, Drew. Ryan's a fit cold, my business. I gave you 10 years raw. You did good. But things changed, dismissive, my internal monologue a roar. Good? I was your engine. And you scrapped me. I wanted to shout. You owe me. But my restraint held. You both planned this, didn't you? Quiet. Their silence a truth, my clarity a spark. They're not sorry. They're relieved. The audience could sense my resolve in the way I stepped forward. My coat open. My heart steady but sore. I'm not begging. I'm seeing. The dialogue cut deeper. The audience sensing the subtext as Emily spoke. Her I didn't know how to tell you. Drew frail. You could have tried. Instead of this pointed. Her you were always so focused. I felt alone, a jab, my alone. I was here. Every day tight. My internal monologue a churn. She's blaming me for her choice? Tom's, let's not drag this out, was a shove. You drag it out. Keeping me in the dark final. There were sorry hollow, my heart heavy. My need of fire. I don't want their pity. I want their honesty. The audience could feel my strength in the room's tension. My note dropped, my soul sharp. They're exposed, and I'm done. Flashbacks framed my conflict, the audience sensing my reflection as I paused. The fog thick, their betrayal a scar. 2019, we're a team. Over dinner, her always warm. My spreadsheets her father's pride. Last spring, her you're too tied to dad's company a hint. It's our future blind. Her distance a seed I'd ignored. I gave them my life, my internal monologue mourned, my sacrifices, my art, my dreams, I'll paint later, for their gain now ash. They used me, and I let them. I thought, my anger a tide, my clarity a spark. I'm not their tool. I'm Drew. The audience could feel my pain in the office's hush, my hands loose, my heart steady. I'm waking, not breaking. I walked away, the audience sensing my evolution as I turned. I'm done. With both of you quiet, Emily's Drew, way to plea no. You've got Ryan final, Tom's take care, Drew empty, my internal monologue a vow. I'm not theirs, I'm mine. I didn't slam the door, my steps measured, my heart unburdened, my conflict resolved. Not revenge, but release, my clarity of fire. I have my answers, they're nothing. The audience could sense my shift in the elevator's hum. My coat on, my soul lighter. I'm leaving, and I'm free. The morning softened, the audience sensing my strength as I stepped outside. The fog lifting, the city's rhythm faint, their betrayal a scar, their company a ghost. I'm not their Drew, I thought, my pain a fire, my clarity a spark. They cast me out, I'll find my place. Flashbacks faded, her you're my spark a lie, my I'm enough, a truth, my resolve a fire. I'm not their shadow, I'm light. The audience could feel my evolution in the streets chill, my steps firm, my heart steady. I'm walking, and I'm whole. The silence settled, the audience sensing my shift as I headed to Nate's. Their faces fading, my future a blank slate. My work was theirs, my marriage a husk, but I was rising, my pain a fire, my answers a spark, my departure a spark that would shape my path, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever lay ahead. I glanced back at the building, my internal monologue a vow. I'm Drew, and I'm gone. As I pack my life and leave our home, a job offer sparks a new path, but Emily's desperate call hints at cracks in her new life, pushing me to rebuild, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago winter was a quiet wait, the December snow dusting the windows of my new studio apartment in Logan Square, the radiator's clank mingling with the faint hum of a coffee maker. I, Drew Harlan, sat at a second-hand desk, my sweater worn, my hazel eyes scanning a laptop with job applications, my hands, one typing, the other holding a sketch pad, steady but calloused. At 38, a financial advisor cut loose from my father-in-law Tom's $85 million packaging company and my 8-year marriage to Emily. I was weeks past their betrayal. Tom's, Emily's new husband will run the company, you're out, and Emily's secret life with Ryan. Now, rebuilding from scratch in a downsized life. I faced daily struggles and quiet victories, my self-worth stirring through new connections and a fledgling venture, the audience sensing my hope and resilience, my heart a slow-burning ember. The apartment was my reset, the audience feeling my grit in the way. I organized the 400-square-foot space. Books stacked, a single chair, my belongings paired to essentials after leaving our Lincoln Park home. This is mine, my internal monologue affirmed. Emily's I'm sorry Drew call last week. Her voice cracked, Ryan's were struggling in the background. Ignored, my betrayal a scar fading. They're not my burden. My struggles were real. $2,000 in savings. No job. I'll find something, Taneta mantra. My day's job boards, coffee runs, and budgeting rice and beans. I'm starting over, I thought. My resilience a spark, my heart steady. I'm not broken. I'm building. The audience could sense my effort in the desk's clutter. My coffee black, my breath even. I'm Drew, and I'm here. Flashbacks framed my struggles. The audience sensing my reflection as I sketched. A habit revived. A tree in charcoal. My past sacrifices sharp. 2016, I'll paint again someday to Emily. Her you're so talented warm. Shell for her father's company. 2022, we're close to $85 million to Tom. My art supplies boxed. I'm tired to myself ignored. I gave them my dreams. My internal monologue mourned. My self-worth buried under their, you're the backbone. A lie exposed by Ryan's takeover. I'm finding me now, I thought. My sketches, cityscapes, faces, a quiet victory. My resilience a fire. I'm not their Drew. I'm mine. The audience could feel my growth in the pad's lines. My pencil worn, my heart lighter. I'm creating, not serving. Daily struggles tested me. The audience sensing my reality as I walked to a local cafe. Can you post this flyer? To the barista, Lena. Met with her sure, consulting. Curious, trying to start small honest. My new venture, freelance financial advising. I'm good with numbers on flyers pinned across town. No clients yet. My savings at $1,800. What if no one calls? My internal monologue wavered. My struggles raw. cold rejections, my I'm available emails unanswered, my nights alone. Keep going, I thought, my resilience a spark, my heart steady. One step, then another. The audience could sense my effort in the cafe's buzz. My flyer creased, my soul tense but alive. I'm trying, and that's enough. New connections bloomed, the audience sensing my hope as Lena texted. Got a friend who needs budget help? You in? My absolutely thanks quick. My first client, a small retailer. My let's optimize your cash flow, landing a $500 gig. My internal monologue a lift. It's small, but it's mine. Nate's you're moving, Drew over beers. My feels like it raw, as you're tougher than they know a bomb. My learning that quiet. The audience feeling my strength in the way I smiled. My hands loose, my heart full. They see my fight, not my fall. Lena's you're good people. Drew was a tether, my appreciate it warm, my self-worth a fire. I'm not alone, I'm building. Quiet victories grew, the audience sensing my progress as I balanced the retailer's books. My you're saving us, Drew from the owner of Spark. My savings at $2,200. My sketches piling, bridges, parks, my I'm seeing again. In my journal a truth, my internal monologue a chord. I'm not just surviving, I'm creating. Flashbacks faded. Emily's, you're too focused to lie. My I'm enough, a truth. My resilience a fire. I'm not their shadow, I'm light. My struggles, late bills, a leaky faucet. My I'll fix it to myself. Were mine, not theirs, my heart steady. I'm learning who I am. The audience could feel my hope in the apartment's glow. My laptop open, my soul mended. I'm rising, step by step. Tension lingered, the audience sensing my stakes as Emily's text came. Drew, can we talk? Things are bad. My no am. We're done final, her silence a confirmation, my internal monologue a vow. She's not my anchor, I'm free. Nate's update. Ryan's botching the company, Tom's stressed, stirred no spite. My that's their mess calm. My focus on my venture, my next flyer, my self-worth a fire. I'm not looking back, I'm moving. The audience could sense my detachment in the phone's dim. My desk a haven, my heart sharp. They're fading, I'm growing. The moment of progress came, the audience sensing my evolution as I stood. My sketchpad open, a new drawing. A Chicago alley alive, mine. Finish my it's good to myself a quiet win. My first clients, we want more work. Drew email a spark, my internal monologue a shift. I'm building something real. I pinned the sketch to the wall, my heart lighter, my resilience a fire. I'm not there, Drew, I'm mine. The audience could feel my hope in the snow's hush. My coffee fresh, my soul steady. I'm starting, and I'm enough. The night settled, the audience sensing my strength as I sat. The city's pulse faint, their betrayal a scar, my past a ghost. I'm forging my own way, I thought, my pain a fire, my victories a spark. They cast me out, I'm finding home. Flashbacks eased, her you're my spark a lie, my spark a truth, my resolve a fire. I'm not their shadow, I'm light. The audience could feel my evolution in the apartment's warmth, my sketchpad closed, my heart steady. I'm rebuilding, and I'm ready. The silence deepened, the audience sensing my progress as I saved my work. The snow falling, Emily's world fading. My life was small, but it was mine, my pain a fire, my venture a spark, my sketch a spark that would shape my future, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever came next. I glanced at the drawing, my internal monologue a vow. I'm Drew, and I'm rising. As my first client spreads word, a new opportunity knocks, but a glimpse of Emily's unraveling tests my resolve, pushing me to define my path, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago spring was a soft bloom, the April dusk painting the Logan Square skyline in hues of amber, the air warm with a murmur of evening joggers and distant jazz from a cafe. I, Drew Harlan, sat on a folding chair in my small studio apartment, my sketch pad open on a cluttered desk, my hazel eyes tracing a charcoal drawing of the Chicago River, my hands one holding a pencil, the other resting on a coffee mug, steady and sure. At 38, a financial advisor who'd rebuilt my life after my father-in-law Tom's betrayal. Emily's new husband will run the company, you're out, and my wife Emily's secret marriage to Ryan. I'd forged my own path, my freelance consulting firm thriving, my heart at peace. Hearing indirectly of Emily and Ryan's struggles, I felt no bitterness, only quiet reflection. The audience sensing my emotional growth as I stood independent, my soul a calm flame. The apartment was my haven, the audience feeling my peace in the sketchpad's lines, my firm, Harlan Financial. Now with 6 clients, $30,000 in revenue, my will streamline your investments to a new retailer yesterday, sealing another contract, my internal monologue accord. This is mine, built from nothing. My life was simple, a twin bed, bookshelves, my sketches on the walls, but full my struggles. $1, $500 in savings last winter, cold rejections. Now victories, my savings at $8,000, my days balanced between clients and drawing. I'm not their Drew, I thought, Tom's dismissal, Emily's I fell for Ryan, a scar faded, my piece of fire. I'm whole on my terms. The audience could sense my strength in the desk's order, my coffee fresh, my heart steady. I'm Drew, and I'm home. Reflection anchored my closure, the audience sensing my depth as I paused, the dusk deepening, my betrayal a distant echo. They broke me, my internal monologue mused, Tom's you're out in November, Emily's note. Meet her at Lakeview, don't tell D. A wound that had bled through winter, my how could you? In their office a cry now silent. I was their tool, I thought, my sacrifices, 10 years, my art shelved, my were family to Tom. Fuel for their rise, not mine. Flashbacks softened, 2015, Emily's you're my spark warm, my your mind blind. Last summer her you're too focused to lie, my I'm enough unheard. I rebuilt what they took, my growth a tide, my heart light. I'm not begging, I'm living. The audience could feel my calm in the sketchpad's glow, my pencil down, my soul mended. I'm free, not their shadow. Emily and Ryan's struggles reached me, the audience sensing my detachment through Nate's update at the cafe yesterday. His heard Ryan's tanking the company, Drew, Tom's furious casual. My that's their mess, even his Emily's quiet. Looks rough a nod, my she'll figure it out calm, my internal monologue a reflection. They chose their path, I chose mine. Lena, the barista, had mentioned, saw Emily, she's selling stuff, seems lost, stirring no spite. My hope she's okay, sincere, my piece of fire. I'm not their judge, I'm my own. The audience could sense my growth in the mug's warmth, my sketchpad open, my heart clear. Their fall isn't my win, my rise is. My new life shone, the audience sensing my independence as I stood, the jazz louder, my apartment alive with sketches, alleys, rivers, faces, my I'm painting again to Nate a truth, my firm growing, a 7th client calling today, my let's meet confident, my internal monologue a spark. I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. New connections rooted me. Lena's you're killing it, Drew over coffee, my thanks feels good warm, her friend, a baker, now my client. Nate's you're a new man last week, my learning to be raw, the audience feeling my strength in the way I moved, my hands loose, my heart full. They see my light, not my loss. My I'm enough in my journal was my core, my resilience of fire. I'm building, not chasing. Dialogue grounded my peace. The audience sensing my reality as I texted Lena. Got that new client. Thanks for the intro. Her told you you're pro a lift, my OU one light, my internal monologue accord. I'm not alone, I'm connected. Nate's you're unstoppable, man. Over the phone, my feels like it. Sometimes honest, his keep shining a tether, my trying quiet. The audience feeling my calm, the phone's ping. My desk a haven, my soul steady. I'm not their Drew, I'm mine. My clients, you saved us, was my purpose. My sketches, my joy. My heart whole. I'm living, not proving. The closing moment came. The audience, sensing my growth as I stepped to the window. the skyline aglow, my sketchpad closed, my reflection sharp. I'm here. I made it, my internal monologue reflected. My betrayal, Tom's you're out, Emily's secret, a forge, my firm, my art, my piece of light I'd kindled. They cast me aside. I found myself, I thought, my independence afire, my heart unburdened. I whispered to myself, I was always enough, my voice soft, my emotional strength a quiet power, a powerful close. I'm not theirs, my internal monologue affirmed, my peace a spark, my self-worth a flame. I've claimed my life, and it's mine. The audience could feel my strength in the dusk's warmth, my chair still, my soul free. I'm Drew, and I'm whole. Closing reflection. I stood by the window, the city a song, their betrayal a ghost, my life my own. Tom's dismissal. Emily's lies had gutted me, they're out a wound, but I'd rebuilt, not for their eyes, but for mine, a world of work, art, and steady nights. My pain was a crucible, shaping a man who stood without their nod, my worth my own, my strength a road I'd walk. I'd faced their erasure and found my light, a lesson for anyone listening. When they cast you aside, build your own fire, live for your truth, not their weight. I, Drew, was whole, my firm a home, my sketches a voice, my piece of flame that burned clear, my future a canvas I'd paint, calm and free.